What's going on, YouTube? Bearded Diabetic coming back at you for another episode of Vlogmas. Today is Friday, December the 7th, so this is the 7th episode of Vlogmas so far. I hope you're enjoying these. Hope you're watching them, liking them, sharing them, subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to keep things different, keep things fresh, do a little something different each and every day. To be honest, I'm not 100% today. I was up part of the night last night. Really kind of feeling sick to my stomach. I don't know if it was something we ate. We just had taco salads last night without any kind of chips or tortillas or anything. We done the little baked cheese to act as our chips, but I don't know if the meat didn't settle well on my stomach. I don't know if it was the veggies. I don't know what it was, but something didn't settle right, and I was up half the night kind of really feeling sick to my stomach. So not 100% this morning, but I wanted to be sure and get you a video out. Be sure and stick with this program of a video every day for Vlogmas and everything. So today's video, I decided to do another top 10, I guess, but not really a top 10 in the sense of it being a top 10 of things you watch or things you do or anything like that. I wanted to share, since I'm a new YouTuber, I'm new to the whole vlogging thing and just kind of getting myself out here. I wanted to share the 10 things about myself that you may not know and may be interested to know. So, number one, my actual first name, my channel is The Bearded Diabetic. I am The Bearded Diabetic, but my actual first name is Jonathan. And my mother gave me that name spelt with an O and always said that it was like the old English spelling of Jonathan. So it's Jonathon. A lot of people, that's one of those things, I'm like a lot of you guys that have one of those names that has been misspelled constantly our entire lives. I'm right there with you. All right. Number two, as you're aware, I had a birthday video a couple of weeks ago, and on that birthday, I actually turned 36 years old. Those of you that seen that video, you're probably aware of that, and some of these facts, those around me, they'll know, but again, I'm just kind of getting this information out here in YouTube land for some of y'all that are watching and following along with me that may be interested in this information. Number three of the 10 things that you may or may not know about me. I have been with my wife. I am married. I have been with my wife since I was 13 years old, and we actually got married when I turned 16. So for those that are good at math, this coming July, because I just turned 36 in November, this coming July, we were married July of 1999, so this coming July we will celebrate 20 years of marriage, and we have been together for 23 years. So that's a feat in itself nowadays. Not very many relationships last that. It's not always been roses and gumdrops, but hey, nothing is. You work at it, you try at it, it's worth it. And we've had some ups and downs, and I'm sure we will continue to do so. But we love each other, and we're going to make it work. So yeah, if we're still putting out videos and everything like I hope we are, be sure and wish us a happy 20th come July. All right, number four. I have 3 teenagers that are the reason my hair is gray and almost gone. No, I kid. I love my kids dearly. I have 2 girls and 1 boy. Both the girls are the same age, but no, they're not twins. One of them is actually adopted. I have custody of my niece that I have had since she was 3 years old. So both of them are 14 and will be 15 the first part of next year. And then my son actually just turned 13. So they keep us busy. They keep us, yeah, they keep us. They keep us, all right. But it's fun. It's fun. We love having, kids. We have always dreamed of having kids. The first 5 years of our marriage, doctors always told us we would never have kids because my wife didn't ovulate. But obviously there were different plans in the works because we ended up with 3 of them. So we are proud of our kids. We're proud of the little people that they're turning into, or little adults that they're turning into. They're not little people no more. They're all pretty grown. They act grown anyway. But love my kids. Love my kids. Number 5. I actually have an associate's degree in business management, but never went and finished the bachelor's portion. So, life got busy. When we got married, I actually dropped out of high school, got my GED, actually got a scholarship to go to a 2-year local college, completely paid for, because of the test scores on my GED and everything. But because of being hard-headed and because of thinking that I knew better, I decided not to go to college at that point. So many years later, already having kids, already having a job and everything, I decided to go to night school to get my college degree. Got through the 2-year portion of that, and then again, life got busy, and have yet to be able to finish the 4-year portion, the bachelor's portion. I don't know if that's going to be something that I end up going back and getting. At the time, I was really interested in, the business aspect side of things, financial aspect side of things, maybe even being a CPA or something like that. Since that time, my goals and my desires have evolved and changed. So I don't know if that'll be something that I end up pursuing or not. Have put a lot of thought into it, but just can't really get comfortable on a definite yet. So who knows? That may be something the future holds for me. Okay. Number 6, kind of along that same line. I have had more jobs than I can remember. I've not really ever settled into a career. I am literally one of those people that say I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. There's not much that I don't know how to do. I have literally done everything from fast food to mechanic work to working with computers to you name it. The only field that I've never really been involved in to a great extent is the medical field. And I worked right alongside the medical field when I worked in the nursing home, or in a nursing home, for a while when I was younger, but I didn't do anything medical related. So that's pretty much the only thing I've not ever done. My very first job was actually setting appointments to sell cemetery property at a graveyard in my local hometown. Yeah, 14 years old, working at a graveyard. Yeah, that was creepy. Number 7, kind of on that same line. Out of all those many jobs, I've only ever been let go from 3 of them. And 2 of them actually happened this year. So I've had kind of a run of bad luck this year, kind of a run of misfortune, so to speak. It's not been a great year. 2018 hadn't been very kind to us, but we're still breathing. We're still above ground. We're still blessed. We still have a great family. We still love each other and all of that. So we are good. We're blessed. We're happy with our lives and things like that. It's not been a smooth ride, but we're making it. Number 8, I am currently in the process of trying to get, other than this YouTube channel, I am trying to get 2 home-based self-employment prospects, jobs, whatever you want to call them, opportunities off the ground. Number 1, the one that we put the most effort into, is a concession company that we run during the warmer months. We've actually been able to run that some this year and have had some success with that, really have a good product that people like. We do lemonade and street food vending and that kind of stuff. We've worked a couple of festivals and events and that kind of stuff. So we're just getting that off the ground. This past summer was the first attempt at that. We're working on licensing and all that kind of stuff that you have to have in the local town that we're in order to be able to do that full time. So we're doing that. And then we're also doing a craft and furniture refurbishing company, kind of in dedication to my wife's mother, who also passed this year, another one of the rough steps that we've had. She passed from complications of cancer. So in her honor, we decided to come up with a crafting business doing refurbishing furniture, doing home crafts and that kind of stuff. And we've done that. We've got some projects in the works on that, just finding time to finish those. You know, one of the things about home businesses is taking the time out of personal life to separate business life in order to get things accomplished. So we're still getting all the bugs worked out in those. You know, we've got both of those in the works, and you know, we're hoping to be able to do both of them on a more frequent basis and have some success with those. My desire at this point is not to have to go back to another dead-end job. You know, I've been in one after another since I was 14 years old. And at this point in my life, I'm tired of working for other people. I know that kind of sounds bad, but I couldn't stand the thought of having to get up and go somewhere and make someone else money again. So I'm trying to do my own thing at this point, trying to work with my family, trying to spend as much time with them, because ultimately, you know, memories and time spent with them is more important than, you know, dollars being made. Yes, we have to have money to survive. Yes, we have to pay bills and eat and all that kind of stuff, which is why we're trying to do those things. But I'm not going to kill myself and live in a state of depression going and working for someone else. Not at this point in my life. So that's where we are on that. Number 9, and this is one of the reasons that I'm taking this diabetic diagnosis so seriously, because my mother actually passed away in 2011 from complications of type 2 diabetes, and she was 46 years old. So again, for those of you that are good at math, that was 10 years past what I am right now. I can't imagine leaving my wife and kids 10 years from now and, you know, dying from this disease that, if at all possible, I can fight and resist and do things to make better and not suffer from the consequences of not following the proper diet and procedure to manage and handle this disease. Obviously, you know, none of us know if it's our time to go, it's our time to go, but I'm not going to go quietly into the night not resisting this disease. So I'm doing everything I can to fight back and to hopefully prevent myself from walking down that same path. So yeah, she passed away at 46. She was 5 years on dialysis with renal failure and everything that came from complications of the diabetes. Once you're put on dialysis, they pretty much say that you have about a 5-year lifespan, and she was true to that case. She lasted right at 5 years and ended up passing away. Spent some time in a nursing home because she needed 24-hour care. Lived with me several years, lived with my grandmother a few years, but was just in really bad shape because of the complications of the disease. So I am trying desperately to avoid that same path. And number 10, the final thing that is always kind of an interesting little thing that, like when I was in college and everything, we'd share little facts about ourselves. It's always something that I share to new people I meet that when we're discussing ourselves, is that at one point in my life, I have actually already been dead. It's true. At one point in my life, I was working a night shift, working midnights, had friends that were awake during the day, had a wife, had all these kind of things, and got addicted to speed, like trucker pills, got addicted to taking monster drinks and energy drinks and all that kind of stuff, so that I could spend 3, 4, 5, 6 days at a time straight awake, so that I could work and I could hang out with people and I could do all these things that I wanted to do. This was before we had kids. And I ended up messing my heart up in that process. And at one point, ended up in the hospital because I was having episodes of heart palpitations. I would lay in bed and my heart would just race and race and race and race and race. And every time I tried to go to the doctor, they'd miss it and never be able to see it. and everything. And so finally, one episode, I was able to get to the hospital in time, and I'm laying there, and my heart at a complete resting state was beating over 250 beats a minute. So it was on the verge of exploding. It was like running a marathon, but I had not moved. I was laying in bed. So the doctors rushed everyone out. My wife and my mom were with me at the time. They rushed everyone out, and they come in there and they pumped me full of some kind of a medicine and started a countdown. And for 4 seconds, I believe it was, during that countdown, my heart was stopped. So technically speaking, my heart stopped, everything went dark, everything quit working, and I was dead for 4 seconds of my life. Of course, you know, they were able to get things restarted. They were able to get things jumped back in and lined back up, and I ended up having to have surgery to repair the damage that was done to my heart. It was all done through catheter ablation, so I don't have a big open heart scar or anything like that. It was all done through the veins and the arteries and all that kind of stuff. They sent tubes and everything up there, and was able to burn portions out and fix all of that. And ever since then, you know, I haven't had any troubles. Get some, you know, little dropouts and, you know, kind of feel a little flutter every now and then. Just, you know, because once you get in there and you start doing things to the heart, it never really becomes 100% again. You know, there's always little scars and stuff in there. But, you know, I'm able to exercise. I'm able to, you know, do anything that I want to do or am physically able to do with no issues with that. So yeah, you know, lived a pretty interesting life so far. Not as interesting as some, but more interesting than others. You know, we all have our journeys. We all have our stories. But that is 10 things that you may have been interested in knowing about me. 10 things that most people don't know unless you're extremely close to my life and my family. So I just wanted to share that today. I wanted to get this Vlogmas video uploaded and have something to keep us on track for the everyday video content. And I hope that you're enjoying these. Like I mentioned earlier, I hope that you continue to like, continue to share, continue to subscribe to these videos. Help me grow this channel. Help me get better at producing content. Give me some feedback. Ask me some questions. Give me some tips that maybe videos that you'd be interested in seeing. Some recipes. I love to cook. Some different ideas and topics to talk about. I plan on doing more with the diabetes and talking more about the disease and you know, my family's complications with that, my dealing with it, my mom's and all that kind of stuff. And just really kind of sharing the information and the stuff that nobody really likes to talk about, behind the scenes kind of stuff. That's my hope for this channel, is that not only will it be entertaining, but that it'll be educational, informative. That's what my real desire is for this, is that you'll see some of this stuff and learn something from it. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to just keep rambling on. I know I kind of do that sometimes. I'm going to wrap this video up. Like I said, be sure and like, share, and subscribe. Keep following along, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love you.